Hi, hello. My name is Tanya and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing the IdahoFour case, and in particularly, we're going to be talking about Bryan Kohberger and his behavior since being arrested on December 30th. Do you think he's a psychopath? My name is Tanya and I hope you appreciate today's case coverage and consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button. It really helps my channel grow. I want to show you a new video that has come out on News Nation, but before I do that, I want to go over what a psychopath is. So a psychopath, by definition, is antisocial personality disorder, sometimes called psychopathy, is a mental health condition in which a person consistently shows no regard for right and wrong and ignores the rights and feelings of others. People with antisocial personality disorder tend to purposely make others angry or upset and manipulate or treat others harshly or with cruel indifference. They lack remorse or do not regret their behavior. People with antisocial personality disorder often violate the law, becoming criminals. They may lie, behave violently or impulsively, and have problems with drug and alcohol use. They have difficulty consistently meeting responsibilities related to family, work, and school. Do you think that he fits in this box? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the new video that's come out on Bryan Kohberger.
And there are new warrants issued in the Bryan Kohberger quadruple murder case out of Idaho. Some of them are by big companies, Amazon, Apple. We have to understand what this means about the case. Let's bring in the better minds. Florida State's Attorney Dave Arenberg and high-profile trial attorney Mark Garagos. It's good to have you both. Let me start with Kohberger. This is a heady list in terms of brand names, Dave, of who is on the warrant list for this Kohberger case. A couple of them make sense to those who've been following. DoorDash, Garagos will tell us why that's so important to the timeline, potentially. K-Bar Knives, not exactly sure why they needed a warrant, but does this surprise you in any way?
Not at all, Chris. And the ones that I'm most interested in is the dating sites like Tinder, because we want to show that there's a motive here. That's probably the thing that is most puzzling. What is the connection between Bryan Kohberger and the victims? Well, if he was stalking them on Snapchat, Instagram, and the dating sites, well, that tells you a lot, and that can go a long way. Even though you don't have to prove motive in a first-degree murder case, the jurors still want to know the why, and that to me is still the weakest part of the prosecution's case as of today, but I think that's going to change soon.
One step sideways, because I believe you betrayed your prosecutor's grudge to my producer. Did you say that you believe that Bryan Kohberger having an interest in watching coverage of his case is proof he's a sociopath?
Well, that combined with the fact that apparently he is pretty quiet in prison while the inmates are yelling at him and he shows no emotion. What kind of person is obsessed with looking at coverage of his own case and doesn't react when other people are yelling at him in prison? Sounds like a sociopath to me. I mean, there's a lot of evidence of that, and I don't want to call him a sociopath because I don't know the guy, but he's sure playing the part of one.
You've said it twice, first of all, and he could just be scared and curious about his own fate. But I hear you on that. I'll be back to you in a second. Counselor Garagos, remind us why DoorDash is fundamental here in terms of understanding what may have happened or not and when.
Well, they're constructing a timeline. In that timeline, there is a DoorDash delivery. I forget the exact time. I want to say 4 a.m. But they're going to want to know whatever records, who called, what was placed, the order, who delivered, who responded, and the various little kind of circumstantial evidence that they can develop along those lines, because that is going to close the window for the timeline for them and is going to become very important. And to David's point, if I could also step sideways for a second, David, I don't know how many clients you've ever defended, but I can tell you they're all everybody who's ever been charged is a sociopath, or they have a unique interest because they're the ones being accused, and they are preoccupied, I will tell you, in their fate and in their case itself. In this case, if you believe the lawyer who defended him in Pennsylvania, he feels like he's going to exonerate himself. And so I can't imagine, especially when you're locked up 24/7 a day, that you wouldn't be obsessed with coverage on your case.
Let me ask you something else, Dave. And just to close the circle on that, if I'm where he is, I'm quiet. If my case is on TV, I'm watching. But I'll tell you when I would have been loud. And Garagos has heard me say this many times. When they came to my house at 2 o'clock in the morning to arrest me and said that we're here because you are accused of killing 4 people, I'm talking like crazy. If it wasn't me, Dave, I'm telling them a million different ways why it's not me. Garagos disagrees. Hey, thank you for watching.